everyone. So it's now been 2 weeks to the day since I had my surgery. So sorry, I'm just on my way to work and I'm filming on my phone, so the quality is not the best. I forgot my camera and I forgot to film before I left. Anyway, I have my second checkup appointment this afternoon after work, and they're going to take the stitches out. My talking has been pretty much fine for the last week or so. My eating has been pretty easy as well. I've been able to eat most foods. I've still been technically on soft foods, but as long as I cut them into bits instead of biting them, then it's been fine. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about that I haven't done properly is a couple of days I forgot to do my salt rinses while I was at work, but I don't think that will affect the healing. That's only to do with getting infections and stuff, and I don't have an infection because it would hurt if I did. Anyway, the plaster that was on the roof of my mouth fell off last night, and it's supposed to take 2 weeks for the protective layer of skin to grow back along the top there. So it had pretty much been 2 weeks and it's okay, it's not painful. I was in the middle of dinner and I did manage to finish my dinner. It's just quite tender, and like if I put my tongue on it I can taste blood, but I don't think it's bleeding. I think it's just because the skin there is so thin, I'm just tasting the blood that's underneath, which is weird, but anyway, that's what's happening. I was just a bit worried that I was gonna like puncture it while I was finishing my dinner, but it was just mashed potatoes, so it was okay. And I'm worried that I will again today, but it should be okay, hopefully. I'll talk to the guy at my appointment today anyway. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a really quick update before I go in for my checkup so you can kind of see everything's healed quite nicely, and then I'll do another check-in after my appointment when the stitches are out, and hopefully it won't hurt too much. So I just got back from my appointment and I had my stitches taken out. I've still got one that's left over here, I think. I don't know if it like wasn't ready to come out or whatever, but they said they'll take that out at the next appointment. It's fine just sitting there for another 2 weeks. They said, again, everything's healing fine. The roof of my mouth is looking absolutely fine. The plaster was ready to come off. That's great. Everything down here is healing well as well. I'm doing everything right. This feels a lot less tender now that the stitches are out. Like I can actually touch this without feeling kind of resistance. I don't know how to describe it. Like it was never painful, but I always, if I touch down here, I felt like I could feel it on the inside, and now I can't really as much. So anyway, in terms of cleaning, I do have like a super soft toothbrush that I'm allowed to use everywhere up the top and just on the sides at the back, so just everywhere except for where the actual graft went. For keeping this clean, because I've now run out of mouthwash, I'm doing a salt rinse after I eat. And they said I can do that as many times as I want a day. And then I've got this stuff, Curacept, which is the same stuff that I had, like the same as the mouthwash, except this one is in a gel form. So I need to apply this 3 times a day, and I can either apply it with my finger and just like smear it over the area, or, because that doesn't sound particularly pleasant to me, I can use these like gauze pad things, I don't know what they're called, gauze something, and just like apply it to one of these and just pat it on, which is what they did in my appointment today, so I'll probably just do that because it seems easier. The thing that annoys me is I am still on soft food for another 2 weeks until my next appointment, and I'm not allowed to bite with my front teeth still. Just because I asked them specifically, and the lady just said, we just want to reduce the impact to the area as much as possible to give it the highest chance possible of healing well and working. So I know what they mean and I get it. It's just annoying, like every single thing I eat, I have to either break to bits with my fingers or cut it up. Like I want to go out for donuts this weekend with Jonathan, and imagine going to like a nice little donut shop and then chopping the donut up with a knife and fork. So yeah, that's like the one thing that's annoying me, but it's not so bad. I can eat most foods at the moment. Like I know they said soft foods, but like literally just about everything is a soft food. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I don't know when I'll update you again because I don't think much is going to change. I might update you tomorrow and tell you how it is actually applying the gel, because I haven't tried that myself yet. So anyway, I will see you later when I have something else to update on. So the last time I updated you guys, I think was after the 2-week appointment, and I'd just been given the gel. And I had a soft toothbrush that I was able to use everywhere else, and then just the gel on the actual Graft site. It's now been almost 6 weeks, so I haven't updated you in a really, really long time. So I spent 2 weeks, week 3 and week 4, using the gel. The gel did hurt a little bit, like just initially where it was very, very cold to apply it and it hurt. It was just like a quick sting and then it was okay. And I had to do that 3 times a day, so I did have to take it to work with me and have it, like, put it on after lunch. So it was a little bit annoying having to take it to work, but I mean, I've been having to take my salt rinse to work and do that like after every time I eat as well. I've started forgetting to do my salt rinse, like just the last kind of 2 or 3 weeks. I take it to work with me, but then I forget to use it because nothing hurts in the area anymore. So, which is a good thing, but it's bad that I'm forgetting to do the rinse. So when I went to my 1-month appointment, they said they couldn't find the last stitch. So I don't know if you remember, at the 2-week appointment they said they'd taken all of the stitches out except for one which wasn't ready to come out or something, and that was meant to come out at the 1-month appointment, but they couldn't find it, which is a little bit weird. So it's either still there or it's fallen out on its own. I don't really know. They told me everything was healing well, but they weren't able to tell me if it worked or not. They should be able to tell me that at the 6-week appointment, which I'm actually going to today, which is why I'm filming this update before I go. They said I don't need to use the gel anymore, but I'm back to using mouthwash. I've been using Sevicol, which is one of the ones that they recommend. So I used that. I was using it morning and night for a few days after the 1-month appointment. And they said after a few days I was able to use the super soft toothbrush on this area just very, very gently. So I've been doing that for the last week or so. They said that for everywhere else, I've been able to go back to my normal toothbrush. So normal toothbrush everywhere else, super soft toothbrush here once a day, and then the Sevicol like once a day. So Sevicol in the morning and then super soft toothbrush at night. I think that's what they meant at my last appointment anyway. And then salt rinses through the day, which, like I said, I've been forgetting most of the time. Like some days I just won't use it at all, and then I feel really bad when I realize. And then some days I'll remember to do it like 3 or 4 times. But anyway, it's not been quite 6 weeks. It would be 6 weeks in 2 more days, but I do have my 6-week appointment today. They are going to measure something about bone density. I don't know. They said something to do with bones. So they're going to measure, hopefully, whether or not it's worked. Fingers crossed that it has worked, even though they'll do it again for free. I don't want to go through this again. So I'll update you again this afternoon once I get back from that appointment. Oh, and I should also mention that at my 1-month appointment, they did clean the area properly down here. They did like a, I don't know if it was a scale or a polish or both, but whatever. They did like a proper dentist clean of the area since I hadn't been brushing it for an entire month. Hopefully they won't need to do that again now since I am brushing it now. But they said it wasn't infected, but it was inflamed just because of the plaque buildup because I wasn't able to brush it. So I don't know if that's normal or not because I had been doing the mouthwash when they told me to and the gel when they told me to, but they still had to clean it. I don't know. But hopefully now, since I have been brushing it for the last week, they'll tell me that it's okay again. Alright, so I just got back from my 6-week appointment. They said that the inflammation is better than the last appointment, but it could still be better. So they've given me a bunch of instructions on how to keep the area really clean so that it gets better from here on out. I've got this little bag with some stuff in it. So in here they have given me the Curacep. This is just the mouthwash, the same one that they gave me last time, because they said the Sevicol is okay, but it stains a little bit. This one doesn't stain as much, so they would prefer me to use this one. And they've also given me a packet of gauze pads. So this is because I'm doing something different with the mouthwash now. I'm not actually rinsing with the mouthwash. I'm going to soak one of these in mouthwash and then like press it on the area quite firmly. Like when he pressed it, it was like he was pressing really hard. And that's, sorry, Jonathan just likes to be around. And that is so that the And that is so that the mouthwash is actually going a little bit underneath the gum to keep it really, really clean. And I'm still brushing using the really soft toothbrush around this area and my normal toothbrush around everywhere else. I have to wear a particular type of I have to use a particular type of toothpaste, and that is the Colgate Total, I think he said. And I also have to start flossing this area now as well. So the little brushes that I was using before, because I have a retainer on the back, I use every second day, and then the days that I'm not using that, I use like this random floss thing that you just push through and pull out the other side. I hate flossing with those things, so that is not going to be fun. Anyway, he didn't actually tell me if it's worked or not. I don't know if they can tell or not, but he said that it's healing fine and he doesn't want to see me again for another 3 months. They did clean the area again today, and they'll do that again in the next appointment, which will be in 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, 3 months from
awesome.
now. Sorry, I just had to move because my camera battery was about to die, so I'm just charging it now. But the only other thing is I asked if I'm allowed to bite into things yet, and he said that I can bite into like an apple, but not something really, really hard like a carrot. So if I can bite an apple, I can bite just about anything. So that is super exciting. I'm not going to go straight in like biting apples immediately. So I just had a really soft muffin just now, one that like kind of falls apart on its own anyway. And that was awesome. And I'm just going to build up bit by bit, see how it feels. If it hurts, then I won't do it. Because when you press down on the tooth, there is a little bit of pressure, so I'll just go by how that feels and work my way up like that. And he also said that I'm allowed to eat things with nuts in it, nuts and seeds, as long as I don't eat them on the area, so I can eat them like with my back teeth. And then if I eat things like that, then I have to rinse out really well afterwards. So that is pretty awesome. I can pretty much eat like normal now. I just need to be careful with like rinsing and stuff. And since I'm not having another appointment for 3 more months, I think I'm gonna end the update video here. So I think I will post a final follow-up appointment maybe in like a year's time with the last kind of couple of bits of information, but for now I think like my recovery is pretty much complete because I'm able to eat things like normal. I just don't know necessarily whether or not it's 100% worked or not. But regardless, I hope this video was helpful to some of you, and if you've been thinking about getting a gum graft or if you need to get a gum graft, then hopefully this video can kind of be a little bit of guidance for you. And I will have my previous recovery video linked in the description box down below if you haven't seen that yet. It is from the first 1 or 2 weeks, I can't exactly remember, but like the initial stages immediately after the surgery. So if you are getting the surgery done, I'd recommend watching that because I go through like what foods I'm able to eat on a day-by-day basis. But anyway, for now, thank you for watching and I will see you later. Bye!